And good morning. It's Tuesday, February 24th, and we are businessing. This is Small Businesses Daily Live Show. I'm your host, Pat Miller, the Fridays Off guy, founder of the Small Business Owners Community, and we are sponsored this morning by our friends at GenHead and NG. Look at all these lovely folks streaming in. Good morning, Steve. Great to see you. Doris, speaking of lovely, glad that you're here as well. We're going to do something, have a deep thought conversation about where AI is headed and how it's going to affect small business owners like you and me. And I don't have all the answers, and I want to hear about your perspective, which means for the first time, we're going to do some live callers on the show. Really exciting. Now, the link that I've put into the chat will show up on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on LinkedIn and X, it won't show up in the chat. Good morning, Nikki. Great to see you. So if you want to participate when we get to that point, you'll want to use the link that I'm dropping in right now. And we'll just take some calls and get your opinion on what's happening, because there are some really big things that are going on that I have opinions on, but I want to hear what your thoughts are as well. Also on today's show, it is a massive political theater night tonight because the president's State of the Union address is going to be on, and fully remote jobs are exploding. They could be a secret weapon for you when you decide to hire. And two Idea Slam questions that we need to talk about. Are networking events worth the time? And if so, how do I capitalize on them? And then the second question is, how do you handle it when your family and friends ask you for discounts? Or even worse, free work? Well, we will address both of those in today's Idea Slam. So we would love to have you join us in the chat. Tell us who you are and what you do. Share your business link. That way we can give you some free pub. And if you want to be a part of the AI conversation, click the link that I've shared that you'll see on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can be a part of the show. Let's get through the news, shall we? Because this AI conversation, I might go on for 45 minutes. I have a lot to say, and I'm stitching together a bunch of stories and the meaning behind it, because we don't know where it's going, but we'll get to that. In the news, I love politics. I love politics. You might not know that about me, but I absolutely love politics. I'm a political science minor. I just got out of college 30 years ago. But yeah, political science minor. And I love politics not because I'm rooting for one side or the other. I love politics because I'm a messaging and positioning guy. If you know me and you've been watching the show, you know nothing gets me more excited than trying to figure out a way that you can say what you do uniquely and it cuts through to get right to your ideal client. I love that stuff. Well, it's really all politics is. Read my lips, no new taxes. It's trying to come up with a way that's 50 years old and 40 at least. And it's memorable and it sticks. So when big political stories are happening, no matter who is doing the politicking, I love it. Love it. It's like a blockbuster movie opening. And tonight, well, it's going to be a doozy. President Trump's State of the Union address, it's the first one in this term. And it is anticipated that he's going to show up and claim an economic comeback, that the country is on fire, everything's doing great, we are winning again. Can't you hear him saying that? We are winning again. We're the hottest country in the world. He's been saying the same thing for 90 days. Well, he's definitely going to do that tonight. But also tonight, I hope he's going to address what the hell is going on in Mexico. The Mexican cartels, and they're killing the leaders of Mexican cartels, and now the cartels are doing stuff in Puerto Vallarta. What's actually happening? What about Venezuela? We just showed up and took their leader. Yeah, hey, you're coming with us because you're a criminal. And we just did it. Well, what's going on with that? And oh yeah, we've got a freaking armada sitting off the coast of Iran. Are we going to do something? Or are we just making a deal? I don't know. So he's got plenty to talk about on the docket tonight. So we will be all over that. But as a messaging guy, I love watching Trump speak. Now, before you freak out, I love watching Trump speak because as a messaging guy, I can tell exactly when he goes off script. And you can tell it too, because he has this weird, I'll let you in, there's a tip. He's got teleprompters here and here. on either side of the camera. And he's got a teleprompter on the camera too, but he's got teleprompters here and here. And he'll do like a thing. He'll like lean this way. And as you can see, in the last 90 days, the government has been growing at 45%. And the liberal media. And he'll just start going off on people. Like he'll look back at the camera and then he'll just start ripping people to shreds. That's how you know he's off script. And he'll say just like the nastiest stuff you can imagine. And then he'll look back at his thing and Speaker Johnson is doing the thing. And those nasty Senate Democrats or whatever. Like you can tell. So when he's looking this way, he's on script. When he's looking this way and being a complete troll, you know he's off script. And he'll do that tonight during the State of the Union. It's going to be no holds barred. So as a political messaging guy, I absolutely love it. And be like Barbara. Tell us about your business and put your link on the screen. So it's going to be crazy because he's going to go crazy and it will not sound normal. It will be all over the place. The Democrats, they're also not taking this lying down. Some of them are boycotting Trump's State of the Union address. And a number of Democrats are putting on counter programming called the People's State of the Union. If Trump's not going to stand up for the people, we're going to stand up for the people and we're going to have a State of the Union. So they're doing like a whole other show in Washington, D.C. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I can't wait. I will be there. Big tub of popcorn, ice cold, Sprite, zero sugar, because that's all I get on my diet because I'm lame. It's what I've been drinking. I've been drinking Sprite, zero sugar. Hell of a drink, by the way. But that's my reward at the end of the day, staying on plan, and I get a Sprite, zero sugar. Help me. Please. This is a cry for help. Steve asked me out for a beer last night. I didn't go because I was busy, but also it's not on my diet plan. Thank you for the invite, Steve. Sprite, zero sugar. That's what I'm calling fun. Not good. So anyway, big tub of popcorn, Sprite, zero sugar. Here we are watching the show. And the thing that you need to be aware of, you will sit here, you will watch Trump speak. Then you will watch the Democrat response. And then you will be completely untethered from reality. Here's why. As soon as you go to your phone, this is not real. This is my phone. It's not real. I don't care what team you cheer for. As soon as you go to your phone, this is going to be not real life. Why? Because this has been tuned for you to get the version of the truth that you want, no matter which team you're cheering for. The algorithms do not care about truth. I'm going to say that again because it's true and I'm broadcasting on all my algorithms. I love you, algorithms, but they do not care about truth. Their first priority is engagement. That's why when you cheer for your team and follow all the accounts for your team, it sure looks like your team is winning. Boy, that other team is full of morons. Boy, that other team hates the country. Whatever it is, whatever team you cheer for. This will tell you your version of the truth. So tonight, as you sit there, big bowl of popcorn, Sprite zero because you're lame, you watch the State of the Union, that is your only opportunity for truth, and you have to make the judgment. Because when you go to the algorithms, you're going to get your party line, no matter which side you're cheering for. Is that right? Is it wrong? It's reality. So just brace yourself for it. And there's almost this, we need to come up with a term for it. It's not only living in the moment, it's, I don't know, we got to come up with a reality-based experience. And if you can come up with a term, let's use it. Because there's just something about watching it in real time and making up your own mind before you go to your algorithms and get your team's version of the truth. So watch out for that. I saw an interesting story about the job market and something that I think you want to pay attention to if you're thinking about hiring an employee. Maybe you're going to bring out employee number 1 or number 4. It doesn't matter. If you're a small business owner looking to add for your team, remember, your pool of candidates is not just the people within driving distance. Your pool of candidates is the planet. And depending if Trump drops alien news, maybe interplanetary. because that's another rumor that's out there. He's going to talk about aliens tonight, which would just be bananas. There's a study from a company called Flex Jobs, and they found in their analysis 60 career categories. And when they scanned 60 different career categories, the number one most desired trait across all the categories was remote, 100% remote. 85% of applicants said remote work was the number one asset in the job. How isn't that crazy? 85% most coveted asset. And then they went through the career categories and you think, oh, that might not apply to me. I'm a small business owner, blah, blah, blah. Here are the top 6 categories. And I'm including 6 for a reason because number 6 is applicable to you. Engineering, administrative work, sales, client services, banking, and number 6 is social media. As your company begins to grow, look at those 6 categories. Those might be employee number 2, employee number 3. And if you're looking around locally, looking for help, like where can I find some help? Is there some help here? Is there some help over here? Is there some help over here in my comically small coffee cup? Which I forgot to put sugar in, by the way. So this is straight freaking gasoline today. Woo! I had to put hair on my chest and not my head, unfortunately. But as you're looking around for help, you're trying to figure out where can you find someone good. And just remember, you can get them online because that's what everybody wants, 100% remote work. Don't limit yourself to who you can find within driving distance. And I know, Steve, you invited me out for a beer. I appreciate it, pal. I just was tied up last night. And I'm on a lame diet, unfortunately. We're going to do something we've never done before. I'm going to drop this link in the chat again. And if during the state of this conversation you want to jump in, we're going to take some callers live on the air. And I think it's going to be crazy fun. When I started this show, I thought it would be a simple bit of news, answering a few questions, solving a few business problems, just businessing. But now that I've been doing it for a while, I'm realizing that this is kind of a place where I get to work out my thoughts. And I get to really try and look forward for all of us. I also want to get your input, because with your input and me thinking deeply and us being real about the situation we're in, we might be able to navigate the massive disruption that's coming for small businesses in the next 12 months. And a few of the different inputs that are hitting me this morning, like this was a big story I had to comment on, and this was a big story I had to comment on. And I thought we just have to roll all of this together because I want to talk through what I'm thinking. And that's why I want to make this a two-way conversation if you wish to join me. So when you hear something you want to weigh in on, click that link and you'll pop up right on the screen with me, and I'll have you on as a guest of the show. Here's the first input that got me thinking, and I thought it was a tremendous observation. I have this overwhelming feeling that the entire market is just a jump ball for the next 12 to 24 months. And whoever posts the best can control possession for a few fleeting moments. But overall, we're headed nowhere quickly. I don't know why the phrase jump ball really resonated with me, but I thought that was a great phrase, that we are in a jump ball economy. What I interpreted that to mean is that we're going to start the game, but we don't know who's going to win, which I think is awesome perspective about where we are right now. That was input number one. Input number two is a story out today that it's predicted, it's estimated, it's forecasted $650 billion will be invested into AI development this year alone. That is over $50 billion a month. More than $1 billion a day. That's a lot of billions. And again, just like the jump ball economy, nobody knows where it's going. But what we do know is that it's going to be different. And this is where I'm trying to reconcile all of this. Has there ever been a time when so much money is being spent to gain an advantage in a future economy that no one can predict? Nobody can predict it. Elon can't predict it. Meta can't predict it. NVIDIA they can't predict it. I was thinking back to some of the initial or original major investments in the American economy. We're going to build railroads. We're going to do interstate highways. We're going to bring assembly lines online. We're going to invest in the computer revolution. All of that had somewhat predictable outcomes. But now that the AI revolution is here, what are those outcomes going to be? What is the prediction? On one extreme, you're hearing people saying robots and AI will take care of all of our needs. We get to lead a life of leisure. Is that right? I don't think that's right in the near term. But then the other side is saying, don't worry about it, bro. You'll just become a superhuman employee. You will be AI powered. I don't know if that's exactly right either. Those are some of the inputs, but there's more. So the first thing I want to get your feedback on is, where do you think this is going? And if you want to weigh in, I want to hear your opinion. There is no right or wrong answer, because if Mark Zuckerberg can't figure it out, I can't figure it out. And maybe you have the golden key and we should listen to you. But I don't have it figured out, but I'd love to hear your opinion. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, use the link and jump in, shall you? I think you should. But that's not the last piece of information I want to weigh in on this morning. We have all of this transformation. We have all of this investment. But what are we going to do about it? If we go back to what Jeff Bezos taught us last week on the show, Jeff Bezos taught us, don't worry about all of this change. Worry about all the stuff that isn't going to change. If you missed that show, he's asked all the time, hey, Jeff, you're the greatest entrepreneur of our life. What's next? What's going to change? And his quote was, focus on what's not changing, because no one's ever going to come to Amazon and say, I want my packages slower. I want my packages more expensive. I want less choice. They're always going to want these things. So the mission of Amazon is not to come up with new ways to do business. The mission of Amazon is to come up with new ways to address the things that will never change with their business. So with that input, you think about your business. What will never change? Nikki Lee is on the call. She runs GenHead. They run a CRM company. What will never change about a CRM company? I want to know where all my customers are, and I want them to buy stuff faster. That will never change. I don't care what the technology is. Why do you have a CRM? To sell things to people. As the technology gets better, as long as it's helping me sell stuff faster, Yahtzee. That's what we need to do. So what won't change in your business? Bezos is teaching us that that's something we should pay attention to. What else can we do? And this probably sounds like old man advice, but I think it's a pretty good idea right now to get out of debt and retain as much fiscal flexibility as you can. Because we don't know what's going to happen to our small businesses. We don't know what product lines we're leaning on right now that will be out of date 90 days from now. If the right piece of software is released, or the right AI agent comes out that can do what you do, what does that mean for your business? Literally, what does it mean for your business? And if you're not up to speed on what is going on right now, let me just pull you behind the whole business encounter. Here, come on over here. Sit next to me on the desk. All right? All right, bro. Let's have a conversation. All right, we're talking into this camera here. But over here, see over there? Yeah, that's my Claude cowork. You know what we're doing in Claude cowork right now? We're building software. Yeah, I'm building software. Pat, why are you building software? Because the sponsors of my show, they want you to know their name. But do you know what they really want? They want you to buy stuff from them. I'm building software to solve a problem for you, so that way you can buy their stuff faster. If I can give you a piece of software that shows you what you're missing by not using GenHead, then you know you should go get GenHead. And as you're sitting right here, I can tell you, listen, uh, not only did I come up with the idea to deliver that software to GenHead, I, with Claude's help, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, talked to it in plain English. It spun up the software, it posted it online, and it made it ready to deploy in less than an hour. And you may say, okay, that's crazy, first of all. And secondly, yeah, but is it great software? Is it as good as what I can make? The websites I build, is it that good? No. But I will tell you, it's not $1,000 worse. It's not a 3-week wait worse. I can go. Pat Miller, the idea coach, I can go from customer need to deployment in an hour or less. This flexibility that we have is unmatched, absolutely unmatched. And you have to start thinking about, how am I going to solve customers' problems? How am I going to move faster? So if you were sitting here, I would show you how I'm building software. I would show you how I'm managing the community different. I would show you how I'm running this entire show and all of its distribution pretty much by myself. I would show you how I'm doing market research and I'm moving faster than I ever have. And all of these tools are available to you as well. That's what I would tell you if you had a seat behind this table. Focus on what's not changing. Get out of debt to retain flexibility. There are a few other things I want to add, but we talked about GenHead so much. We need to bring Nikki Lee on. She's called into the show. Nikki Lee.
Hello.
President of GenHead. Great to see you, my friend. How are you this morning?
I'm good. It's cold here. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm dealing with the crazy snowstorm.
Wow. Okay, we're talking about what's going on with AI. AI is wired right through the company. The premise this morning is we really don't know where it's going, and it's going to change everything for what we're doing. You're literally on the front lines of this. What are you seeing? Give us some vision from your seat.
Yeah, I personally go back and forth on it, and I think about it a lot. I think something that when we're asking these questions, one thing that I think people aren't asking enough is who's controlling the tech. And I think it's hard for us to get clarity around how to answer these questions because, quite honestly, as much as we might want to think that we have control or power over these solutions, we kind of don't. I mean, Sam Altman, I wouldn't say the biggest fan of him. He was, in an interview the other day, and he was talking about comparing training tech and the resources that it takes to train AI, and talking and comparing it to, raising yourself as a human and the resources that it takes to raise a human and feed a human. And I think really what we need to remember is thinking about the internet boom and how we've gotten to where we are today with technology. Keep in mind the people that are building these solutions, these tools, they're the ones that really have the ultimate say. And I think as long as we really, really push for small companies like GenHead who are trying to embrace open source models and keeping AI open, allowing for companies to come in and build tools that are actually meant to help humanity, not just, built around greed and all of that, that are actually meant to have a positive impact. I think pushing and focusing around that and keeping the conversation around that, around privacy, around security, as long as we continue to have those conversations, I think we're going to be in a much better place. But I get it. It's really hard to navigate a lot of those questions right now because so much is in flux. So
with GenHead and the other tools that are out there, someone that knows what they're doing today can completely redesign how they do their business. And in 90 days, even people that don't know what they're doing are going to be able to completely redesign how they're doing what they're doing. And the premise, the thing that really got me thinking today, if 650 billion is being put into the economy to develop AI, Smart people with loads of money they're not doing that for charity. They're going to and expect a return on this. And one of the things that scares me for small business owners and the folks that watch the show, will this end up like AT&T or Netflix, where here are the tools that you're going to need to build and run your business. If you don't have them, you're going to be behind, but the subscription rates and the obligations are going to keep on going up and up and up to the point where it's difficult for us to have access to cutting edge tools. Is that what's going to happen?
I mean, we're seeing examples of that for sure. I was just talking to you the other day about how the developer of OpenClaw just got recruited by OpenAI. So here we have somebody who was helping advance open source tools, and he got immediately, like, OpenAI saw that as a threat and immediately absorbed him. Very similar to the way that we saw Slack get absorbed by Microsoft or Instagram get absorbed by Meta. I think it's just right now, when it comes to AI, there's about 7 companies that are the largest and the loudest in the conversation. And they're continuing to absorb any potential competition. And so I think, think about yourself. Why did you start as a small business owner? I think about myself. Like, why did I start my business? It was, I saw a problem and I wanted to fix it. And, of course, like, no one's in this for charity. Like, I have to feed myself and, yeah, I would love to make a little bit of money, but I don't think that that's like my biggest motivator. My biggest motivator at the end of the day is that, I genuinely want to help people solve the problems that I'm building GenHead to solve. And I think if we're continuing to see the little guy, I'm thinking of like Pac-Man here. It's like, if we continue to see the little guy get swallowed by these few companies, it doesn't really, we can sit here and we can philosophize whatever all day, but like, at the end of the day, we have no control or say in the direction of these tools.
Let's do this, because you're way closer to this. You're the president of a company that's built on AI. So you know a billion times more than I do about this. I'm just kind of a hobbyist / addict that's trying to learn as quickly as I can. Let's take the timeline from what will happen in a year or 2 years and take the timeline back to 6 months or 90 days. Can you describe what will it be like when we have an AI agent that literally is our personal assistant doing things for us? Because the difference between chatbot I talk to and agent that does stuff is light years of a different experience. So can you describe what that's like for a small business owner and how much different their operations will be?
It's massive in terms of being able to maximize your productivity, what your output looks like in your day to day. It's entirely a new game. It's a new frontier. There's pros and cons to everything. And that, to me, is the true power of what I see these tools being able to unlock is, again, I think of David and Goliath, the ability for David to be able to come in, leverage tech to be able to help them have a fighting chance against their Goliath competitor. I can't stress enough the ability for AI to be able to come in and help a solopreneur or an entrepreneur build their vision, get there so much faster, be able to get to their MVP so much faster, be able to understand and talk through and even have an accountability partner and map their growth. It's just, we've never had access to something quite like this before. And I think that is why people struggle with it on the adoption side of things, right? It's not quite like talking to Google, right? Where we're searching via keywords. We're really having to rewire our brain and the way that we speak to these tools to be able to make sure that we're minimizing bias and other aspects to really get the output that we want. So if you're afraid to adopt it, I can't stress it enough to you, like, step one is just play, just go have fun and stay curious. there's so much more beyond building your digital twin that I could get onto of like where I think the real value of AI is going to come in, but maybe another time because that's a whole rabbit hole.
The last piece of input that I had that spawned this conversation this morning is I listened to this viral interview with Naval that's on Twitter. And if you're not following or learning about Naval on Twitter, I'm telling you, he's I just love that guy. Anyway, he did like a 50-minute conversation about AI and what's going to happen. And during the conversation, he said to invest in the future, you need to live in the future, meaning go start playing with it, just like you just said.
Yep.
I think that's a great piece of advice. And GenHead is a partner of the show. I was talking about you right in front of you. You sent over some things you'd like to have come true. And then Captain Knows Nothing About Coding was able to work with Claude and get you an MVP that people that know coding would have taken a week and a half to do. And I did it in an hour. You're seeing this kind of acceleration not only in your business, but across your other partners, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the part to me that makes the possibility of this tech so inspiring, and helps me kind of get past the like gloom and doom a little bit, where I'm like, okay, I see the positivity. I see where this genuinely can help solve so many problems for humanity. It's just, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So we need to make sure that we are keeping this tech available to everybody, that we're not letting this tech get sort of like, think about, I don't know about you guys, but I know several people, especially in the higher level boomer generation above, where like they were afraid to adopt like computers and the internet, and they feel now so out of touch because they were afraid to try something new. And I think, just again, stay curious. So much around this, I get it. It can feel really overwhelming. It can feel scary. But there's so much that these tools can do for even the individual if used properly. And that's why it's so important that we're not getting people to be afraid of it, that we encourage people to adopt it, because that person might be able to see a way to leverage this tech to genuinely solve a really important human problem.
Absolutely.
That right now is just getting focused on how can we build this to create more AI slop. And that's not the value of AI. I'm sorry. It's just not.
This is so cool. So Satish is watching the show in India. So Satish, thanks for tuning in. In India, I feel AI adoption is still slower compared to other countries, even though I've built a complete AI-driven automation solution. Super cool. From your experience, and I'm going to ask you this, Nikki, to field this one. What are the key factors that make businesses truly value and adopt AI solutions? And it cuts off here. He asks, is it awareness, trust, pricing, or positioning? So what is it when you're communicating an AI solution to a business that trips their trigger? Awareness, trust, pricing, or positioning?
So
Oh, we lost you. Okay, we got you back.
am I back? Okay.
What is it?
Okay, so I just like to keep you guys on your toes.
That's right.
No, great question. My experience, honestly, trying to put everybody in one box can be kind of tricky. It really comes down to asking questions to the prospect or the lead, getting curious, like I said, asking them what are their specific pain points and what are their hesitations around adopting AI. One person absolutely could be trust, right? They're going through their phone and they're just seeing doom scroll after like just doom scrolling on AI all day. And again, totally valid, fair concerns around leveraging AI. But I think, talking through that, helping them to understand it, to build trust, pointing to resources can be highly valuable. Awareness absolutely is really valuable for us. One of our biggest things is we're asking ourselves as a company, how can we start to show the world AI for good? So we're specifically trying to engage with companies to help push AI technology into their tools and into what they're building to be able to help service the world and show one, build our reputation, but show, this doesn't have to be scary. Again, if held in the right, if being used properly, and the right people are leveraging it correctly. Pricing, absolutely. That just depends on, again, who your target market is, right? So if it's a small business owner, a solopreneur, they're probably thinking about every single penny they've got in their bank account. So you want to be aware of that. But if you're going after enterprises, that's a whole different conversation.
I would say to that question is that it's not necessarily around pricing or necessarily trust. And I think it's about awareness and the transformation.
Mhm.
I'll give you an example. If you're going to perform something for your client, think about how you do it right now. Here's your solution. They have never come to you and said, what software did you use to get to that transformation? Did
So
you
true.
use Excel? Did you use Descript? Did you use Canva? They don't care. They didn't buy all that stuff. They just wanted the transformation. Now we can move so much faster. And if we're using AI and agents in the background to make all that stuff happen, we're getting to the point where smart people say the technology becomes invisible. And you're just saying, what if every time someone hit your landing page, you had a follow-up sequence for them? What if every time someone gave you their email address, you had an entire dossier about their business and an entire sequence that went after them?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like that. How do I do that? And again, blatant plug, GenHead can do that. But the idea is those are the transformations, because here's the thing about awareness. The conversation that we're having here today, you're watching the show, Nikki's helping us, I'm talking about it. We are so far ahead of the small business parade. We're not even the drum majors. We're like the police at the very front clearing the streets. We're at way in front of everybody. So if you're watching this thinking, I don't know how to do automated delivery of the Waka Waka, don't worry about it. I'm sounding the alarm bells because we got to get there. And I want you to start thinking about this stuff. So if we lead with the transformation, what if this was true? Your client's eyes will pop out of their head. How much is it comes after the transformation? Am I completely off base here, Nikki? That's what I'm feeling right now.
No, I think you took everything that I said and you put it really beautifully, buttoned it up in like a really nice bow. Yeah, I would say value. Value is the number one thing. No one quite honestly is going to care about anything else if you can speak directly to what's in it for me. Value is going to validate pricing. Value is going to validate trust, and if you can help someone, maximize their day and their return of investment, and help them spend more time with their family and get more sleep at night, and maybe make some more money because of it, it's a no-brainer. So.
All right, before we let you go, and I'm really glad you called in because I knew you had a lot of experience on this. Give me the 20 seconds on why GenHead rules, because you are a partner with the show and you do have some of these AI tools enabled. So give me 20 seconds on how GenHead can take this idea and install it. And again, this is a blatant plug that I didn't plan. Nikki just called in to talk to us today, and I was going to do a blatant plug for GenHead, but let's let her do it. She literally runs the company. So Nikki, lay it on us.
Okay, so hi, I am one of the co-founders of GenHead. We specifically are here to help small business owners and solopreneurs like you leverage AI to grow and accelerate growth. That is coming in and helping you build your digital systems, all the way to helping fill the gaps, whether that's in marketing, sales, operation, all of that stuff. So if you are looking for an AI growth partner, we want to help you succeed. So check us out. Like I said, we're AI for good. That really matters to us. And we're doing some really, really cool stuff right now on the hardware data center side, trying to push and commoditize AI for the world. So if you're out there and thinking about building an AI tool and you need someone to help provide the AI model, come talk to us too, because we're all about renewable AI and zero carbon AI. So
I love it. GenHead.com is where you get it. Nikki, thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, let's wrap up the topic. Thank you very much. Let's wrap up the topic here, just because this is kind of bringing together a bunch of things that have really been on my mind. as it sits on my desk right now, AI exploration, because that's what it feels like. I feel like, what was the video game where you're walking through the maze? Was this Zelda back in the day? You're walking through the maze and you only get to see like what your headlight is pointed at. That's what it feels like right now. Like I'm just walking through a dark room with a headlight on. And every time I turn, I learn something new. And then I have to like put that into my backpack of things that I'm learning. This is complete exploration because we are absolutely on the bleeding edge of what's going on right now. But I'm so obsessed with it right now because when it hits, it's going to hit fast. And I would feel bad if I was not letting you know about what I'm seeing and feeling and hearing, because this could be a tornado that comes right through your business. And I'm not exaggerating. So this exploration and this adaptation has kind of become a second job for me. I'm embarrassed about how much time I'm spending on this stuff. And these experiments take time. They take education. They take playing with things till they break. They take hours of frustration. And then it does something amazing and you go, ooh. And then you talk to a great big partner and give them exactly what they always dreamed of. And they go, ooh. And you go, ooh. And you go, ooh. That's the type of stuff that's happening. So we got to get in the arena. We got to start fighting on this stuff. And the last thing that I'll share, and then we're going to move on to the idea slam here. Be ready for change. If you think 2026 is going to be same old, you're wrong. We are going to change the software that we're using, the habits that we have, the hours that we work, hashtag Fridays off. We're going to change the deliverables that we give our clients. We're going to change our pricing. We're going to change everything. Everything. This is a guarantee. By the end of the year, your business will not look like it does right now. You will be operating differently. How do I know? Look back to how you operated before ChatGPT showed up. Different, right? It's going to be that on steroids in the next 12 months. We don't know at what extent everything's going to get adopted, but I know it's all going to change. The last thing, I know I said the last thing, but damn it, this is my show. I don't have to apologize. Damn it. There's one more thing. I'm not going to start yelling. People get mad when I yell. One more thing. And this is true. We got to stick around the people that are positive right now. And we got to stick around the people that are embracing this change. If you show up in a room and someone comes up and says, well, AI can't do it as well as I can. Meh. Oh, I'm scared about the security. I'm not going to touch that stuff. Oh, I don't agree with it. I believe my customers only want human interaction, blah, blah. Oh, look at you. You're an AI expert now, blah, blah. All those people can kiss it. Run away from those people right now. Don't walk away, turn and run away from those people. Are some of their points valid? Yeah, they are. But I will tell you what, those are the people that are going to be left behind. And those are the people that are not going to be happy about it. And as we learned from Jamar Jones, change your circle, change your life. You want to be around people that are going to make it in the AI economy? Get around the people that are curious about AI and how they're going to implement it right now. We are going to be AI-powered entrepreneurs. We need to be around the people that are experimenting and experiencing all this stuff. And we have to worry a lot less about what it's going to look like along the way. Because in 12 months, things are going to look and feel different. And if you don't get on the train now, you're going to be behind. Doris, are you laughing at me for yelling at people? Sorry, I yelled. I didn't mean to yell. And Nikki, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. I'm so fortunate that you were on the show today. And thank you for contributing. I really appreciate it. And let's see. That was honestly me in the beginning, but I realized I was staying closed-minded and only hurting myself and the value I can bring to the world. And I think Nikki is addressing the fact that she was kind of not diving into AI. And now she is. Obviously, she's running a company that does it. Shall we switch gears? I think we shall. Let's talk about the Idea Slam. On the Idea Slam today, 2 questions, and they're not about AI. So if you're AI'd out, take a breath. The Idea Slam is the part of the show where we get to talk about real business issues. And what's unique about it is we get to talk about your real business issues. You get a big challenge, you get a big opportunity, you want a second opinion from someone that maybe has been there before. You want to ask a question and have the audience of the show give you their feedback. All of this for free, all of this positive, all built to help you out. That's what this segment of the show is about. You can click the link or scan the QR code and come on the show just like Nikki did. And we'll talk about your business and I'll help you. And if you're not quite up to be a guest, but you still want some help, if you click that QR code or visit the link that's in the chat, you can submit an anonymous question. So I need feedback, but I don't want to be on the show. No problem. Happy to do that as well. Either way, get me your information because every day that you sit on it is another day that I can help you. Question number 1 today. Are networking events worth the time for small business owners? Or are they just a social hour with business cards? Good question. And I'm sad to say many networking events are a social hour with business cards, unfortunately. In fact, almost every single networking event is a social hour with business cards if you don't do it right. So here's how you play the game for small business networking. If you go to, let's imagine a networking event is like a football game. I'm a big football guy, Bears. Imagine it's a football game. Going to the networking event is only the first half of the football game. Networking is like that. You go to the first half, you have some nice conversations, you meet some new people, you get a bunch of business cards. Halftime, you go home to your office. That's when the second half begins. And that's where you make your money. As someone told me a long time ago, the fortune is in the follow-up. So to win the football game, to win the networking event, you need to follow up and you need to get to the actual connections. Here's my recipe on how to win at a networking event. First and second half, you'll notice both of these things. Attend on time. Don't show up late. Bring your business cards. Duh. Do not drink. Now, this is something that I get pushback on. Some people say, well, what's the big deal about having a drink or two? It's not a big deal. This is a personal choice, but my personal choice is to not drink at networking events. Here's why. I found that when I got into an excited conversation with someone that could be a client or a partner, if I had had a beer, maybe something would slip out that I didn't mean to share with them because I got excited. I didn't act inappropriately or give away trade secrets, but maybe I wouldn't be as guarded as I could be after the first beer. I choose not to drink. Number 4, be the guy that connects others. I'm having a conversation here with Nikki, and here comes Doris. Oh, Nikki, do you know Doris? Doris, do you know Nikki? Why do you do that? One, you want people to know one another, but also you want to be seen as a connector. And I'm of the opinion you want to be known as a good guy or gal, someone that they want to be around, a positive part of their network. And if they know no one and they come over to you, you're like a lighthouse of being cool. Because I mean, come on, if I'm anything, I'm a lighthouse of being cool. I'm going to make sure that you get connected with someone. No one networks alone. So introduce people. Don't ever stand one-on-one. Don't ever stand face-to-face. I did high school theater. Shocker. Dork. High school theater. And in high school theater, you always are open to the audience. Like if you're the audience, I would never stand closed to the audience. I would always kind of stand open. Even if it's supposed to look like we're talking to one another, you're like 45 degrees. That's how I do networking events. And if someone comes around and gets right directly in front of me, I always open back up. Why? That way you're always available for someone to come up and join you. Again, it's about positioning yourself as a good part of the network. Another thing, ask more questions than you speak. Nobody wants to network with someone that talks about themselves the whole time. Another thing someone told me that I thought was really good, and this is good because this will signify interest in a buying sign. Don't give them a business card unless they ask. This is like a pro move. I wish I could credit the person that told me this, but it's a killer. If you're in a networking event, You're having a great conversation. They will say, hey, do you have a card or something? We need to connect and have lunch. Ding, ding, ding. You said something that landed. If you're talking to someone that could be a potential partner and you're trying to get them revved up about what you're doing and they never ask about how they stay in touch with you, ding, 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 they're not interested. It'll save you a ton of heartache. Another one, at the end of your conversation, be overt. You know what, Nikki? I really enjoyed our conversation. Would you be open to having a one-on-one to continue it? Just ask them straight away. And if they were interested, they'll say yes. Then the last piece of winning the football game, when you get home, be the one who acts. Be the one who acts. Don't wait for Nikki to send the invitation. Nikki, I really enjoyed meeting you. Here are some options for a one-on-one. Here's my calendar where we can book. Let's build this relationship together. All of these little things help you turn a networking event, which is pretty much a happy hour social commitment, into a winning football game. And remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. One more quick idea slam, and we got to get out of here because today's show is running long. And we have a small business owners community event starting in 5 minutes. Every Tuesday, we do a brown bag lunch where members of the community get together. We just talk business. We have lunch together, and we have that social connection that maybe you don't have if you're trying to build your business by yourself. That starts at noon. Smallbusinesscommunity.com if you're not yet a member, by the way. All right, idea slam question number 2, and we got to speed run this. For solo business owners, how do you handle it when friends and family expect a discount or they ask for free work? I will start with a public service announcement to friends and family. Don't be that guy. Thank you. If you've got a good friend that's excited about your new business, and when you launch your new business, they ask you for free stuff, they have failed the friend test. If you have a friend that's launched a new business, go buy stuff from them. And if it's not appropriate for you to buy stuff from them, go share their stuff on your social media. Support them. Buy their stuff. If a friend or a family member is asking for free work, maybe a discount, maybe, and give them a discount on a plussed up package so you're getting the same money anyway. I didn't say that out loud, but maybe. And then if they still persist, they still want free stuff, what do? And this is controversial. How about you say no? How about you say no? That's what I think. How about no? That's it. No, I gotta feed the family. Never give up billable hours for free work, no matter who is asking, and especially if it's friends or family. And if you are friends and family, don't be that guy, please. It's incredibly rude. One quick thing to do before we leave, I've got a huge sign that I'm going to win big in Las Vegas. A sign in the heavens, in fact. A real sign. Tell you more about it after talking about our sponsor, NG, making marketing simple for small business owners. NG is just, man, they make it so simple. To tell your business story, it can feel overwhelming and it can make you feel like, how am I going to get all of this stuff done? But NG is an AI-powered marketing engine that learns all about your business, plugs into all your tools, and puts your marketing plan almost on autopilot. It'll learn your voice. It'll write your stuff. It connects with Canva so your social media graphics look awesome. And then they track detailed KPIs so you can do more of what works and less of what doesn't. NG's got a screaming deal for partners and viewers of Businessing. They're giving us 2 weeks free of the NG software. If you're exhausted doing your social media and marketing your business, NG's where it's at, 2 weeks free. Then they'll give you 2 discount months, and then it's only $29 a month. So at this point, hating your social media really is a choice. So click the QR code or go to ng.co/SBOC, ng.co/SBOC, and NG will help you out. They solve the I do my own marketing problem. Saturday night, I'm going to have a sign in the heavens. I'm going to Las Vegas this weekend, you see. And it's my happy place. My dad, my brother-in-law, and we're just going to go take the brain out, put it on the charger, and have a cold one. for a couple of days, maybe 2. I may have 2 cold ones. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I was looking for a sign. Is this going to be a year where we win big in Vegas? Or is this just going to be an average trip? Ha ha. Ha ha ha. For the first time in many years, 6 planets will align in the sky, a sky parade. 6 planets: Venus, Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, the moon, and Uranus will, come on, they'll all be in line Saturday night. How magical is that? Planets are literally aligning for my trip to Las Vegas. So in other words, I'm going to win a fortune. I'm going to get a big floppy check. In fact, I'll make you a deal. If I get a big floppy check, I will post it on my social media, like the big floppy winner checks, hashtag big floppy checks. Now, in all seriousness, if you do want to see the aligned planets, Saturday night, right after sundown, look to the west. That's where you will see all of this happen. And you may need a telescope to see Uranus. You're welcome. Thanks for tuning into today's show, rather. If you haven't joined the small business owners community yet, you might want to do it, because I'm going over there right now to host a brown bag lunch to continue the conversation with the folks that watch the show and the others in the community that are looking to just blow off a little steam and make sure that they've got people around them that give a damn. Smallbusinesscommunity.com is where you join into the community. It's $9 a month to be in a nationwide group of owners only. We're working together and we're collaborating to build a better business. I'm Pat Miller, the Fridays Off guy. Thanks for tuning in to today's show, sponsored by GenHead and NG. We'll be right here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. Take care.